Welcome back to Butterfly Effect Tarot. My name is Lorraine, and today's topic is what do others see when they look into your eyes? So, there are going to be three piles, and the timestamps for each pile will be in the description box in the comment section below. If the readings resonate, please feel free to like and subscribe, and also let me know in the comments if you choose. For my returning viewers and subscribers, as always, I thank you. I appreciate your positive energy and support. For newer viewers, welcome to the channel. After this video, you're welcome to return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into each one of your messages. Welcome to your reading pile one regarding what do others see when they look into your eyes. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. I'm going to identify the 5 cards that came out, and then we'll get into your reading. So the first card out is the Eight of Swords, followed by the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Ten of Wands, followed by the Ace of Cups. And then the final card out is the Emperor. Bottom of the deck energy is the Knight of Pentacles. So very interesting. With this group, really quickly, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine, the messages should apply no matter what. It's just energy. But with this group, I feel like your eyes denote quite a bit. First and foremost, this group, you more than likely have very intense eyes, very passionate eyes, very deep eyes. Your eyes could be dark, like maybe dark brown. Even if your eyes are blue, green, or hazel, maybe there's like a stillness to it. Maybe very seductive eyes. I guess the bedroom eyes, if I haven't said it already. But there's definitely something of a heaviness, like the heavy lidded eyes. There's a heaviness to your eyes. There's also an energy of power and authority in your gaze. Maybe people may feel like you're looking right into them. Your eyes could also be a bit intimidating to others, whether they say it or not. But you do have something of a stern look because the Emperor energy is out here, and we also have the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So again, a lot of passionate, fiery energy. And that's why I said your eyes could hold quite a bit of seductiveness, but like a sex appeal, right? Like your eyes could give that kind of vibe because the wand's energy tends to be very fiery, and it oftentimes can make me think of Scorpio energy, like the Mars energy, like Aries. So yeah, I feel like with this group though, your eyes denote that maybe you have a lot on your plate. Maybe you're somebody that has like a lot of goals, a lot of responsibility, a lot of things that you want to do. Maybe you give the impression through your gaze or just looking into your eyes that you're maybe like a workaholic. Because we have the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Wands. And the Knight of Wands, of course, as we know, is a free-spirited energy. This is somebody who does not slow down. This is not somebody that's held down or tied down by any means. This is somebody that's driven, they're passionate, they have a lot of goals and dreams to achieve. This is somebody that is very free flowing, free spirited, and overcomes obstacles. There's a fearless, bold, courageous energy about your eyes. And then, of course, you have the Ten of Wands following, which is about burdens, responsibilities, having too much on your plate, but not really wanting to put any of the wands down or slow down at all, because again, your energy is fiery. So it's almost like you may be someone who seems to challenge yourself a lot. And you may do it quite a bit by yourself in your daily life, in your business, in your work, in your personal life. And your eyes could maybe suggest that you may need rest. Maybe your eyes could be very sleepy, right? Like maybe it might get the dreamy look though. When you're sleepy, your eyes could give like this very dreamy kind of bedroom look because they are intense, but that sleepiness could add like a sexiness. Like in my opinion, that's kind of what I'm envisioning as I'm looking at this energy and how this energy kind of feels. I feel like for this group though, with the Ten of Wands going into the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups is an energy of love and, being tender, nurturing, taking care of oneself, pouring into one's cup, taking care of others. But I do feel like for this group, as I stated earlier, maybe there's like an energy of people feeling like you could use a break with the Ace of Cups. Like you could use some tender love and care. You could use, some grace because the Ace of Cups is about the energy of giving grace. You could, use the energy, or maybe you need to focus more on taking care of your health, taking care of your own mental and emotional self, pouring more into your own cup and maybe dropping those 10 wands and kind of slowing down with this Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Because the Knight of Pentacles is the opposite of the Knight of Wands. Knight of Pentacles is about being grounded, patient, stable, cautious, moving at a moderate pace, kind of taking your time, having more discipline and structure, but again, having a bit of moving more with grace and ease. So I feel like maybe people feel like you could use a little bit of an energy of slowing down. Again, that maybe the authoritativeness in your eyes maybe gives people the impression that you are the head of a household, especially with this emperor energy, or perhaps that you run a business, or again, with your eyes, maybe your eyes are you're present with people when you're looking at them, but perhaps your eyes could give this aloof energy, this stoic energy, or this energy that you're far away mentally, like you're looking at them, but maybe something about your eyes seems like maybe you're in your head thinking about your checklist of things to do with this 10 of wands, or your mind is again somewhere else, just racing to different things that you have to tackle, that you have to accomplish, that you have to finish, or that you have to just get done and do. And people can kind of sense this because, of course, we also have the Eight of Swords coming out first. And that's the energy of feeling tied down, stuck, having a lot of fears, anxieties, and burdens. But when the Knight of Wands follows that, that's the opposite energy. So maybe people feel like you're someone who's never stuck. Maybe people feel like you never experience fear or anxiety. Your energy comes across as very bold and dominant and courageous and assertive. Somebody that is, in control, somebody that is in authority. Maybe people feel like you, again, own a business, or you are the leader of a business or the leader of an organization. For some of you, it could be all of the above. Like you have personal responsibilities, like if you're a parent, especially with the emperor out here, maybe you're a single parent, or you're the parent that takes on most of the responsibilities. Maybe you have family that relies on you, but you just seem like somebody that is the captain of a ship type of situation. Like there's a lot that rides on you. There's a lot on your shoulders. Something about your eyes gives leader. And so people may automatically assume that that is because, you have so much and so many people that are following you. You have so many people that you have to take care of. And maybe there's an energy that you don't focus enough on your own self. And that's why that Ace of Cups is out here. So yeah, definitely quite an interesting reading here. Now I will say this. So for example, with this Ace of Cups, this is an energy of a cup of love, harmony, peace being offered. And as I stated earlier, your eyes denote that you need that some peace, some harmony, some rest, some tender love and care, some grace. But when it's coming out with this Emperor for my feminines, this could denote that maybe some people may feel like you need or you deserve an Emperor energy to come in and offer you this Ace of Cups, somebody that can help balance things out so that you can operate in a Knight of Pentacles energy where you can slow down and there's more balance and stability and structure there. For my masculines, this could denote that people are viewing you as the Emperor energy and suggesting that you could use, an Ace of Cups offer coming in, or Ace of Cups feminine energy that comes in that takes care of you, that offers you tender love and care so that you can slow down with this Knight of Pentacles energy and take your own time and give grace to yourself. But for everyone drawn to this Ace of Cups and this Emperor would definitely denote that people view you as a masculine and feminine energy in one. So somebody who is their own Emperor and Empress energy bundled into one. You have to do it all for yourself: the cooking, the cleaning, the nurturing, the loving, the caretaking, the working, the providing, the leading, the dominance, the protector. Like you're having to do everything at once. Now, if this is true to your actual life and circumstances, I don't know. But those powerful, authoritative, sexy, sultry eyes do denote somebody that is a boss. Your eyes give boss. Then again, if I haven't mentioned it, your eyes could be very intimidating to others. Very powerful. Maybe sometimes people feel like you're looking into their soul. People could feel a little uneasy. Maybe you find that some people find it hard to hold eye contact with you because of how intense your eyes are. You could also be someone that has the ability to flirt with your eyes or to kind of communicate with your eyes. So, for example, if you're attracted to someone, whether you know this or not, your eyes have the ability to kind of, I don't want to say put a spell on someone, but maybe in a sense, there's something very sexy and seductive and kind of powerful about your eyes where I feel like maybe people may feel like they're in a trance when they're looking in your eyes. So if you are attracted to someone and you look at them, I feel like your eyes kind of speak for you, or people could look into your eyes and find themselves very attracted to you. But definitely your eyes give, very much passion and even desire. People could assume that just by looking in your eyes that you could maybe be great in bed. You could be very powerful, dominant, and authoritative in bed. And, that could be something that is true. I don't know. But this energy does denote that somebody that knows their way around the bedroom, somebody that takes care of business, somebody that takes care of home, somebody that's very responsible, very mature, very stoic, very structured, very dominant, very much, again, a boss. And again, it just denotes you could use a break. Again, so like I said, your eyes could be sleepy. Some of you can maybe have bags under your eyes sometimes. No offense. I'm just suggesting, it doesn't mean it's true. But again, with the Knight of Pentacles, you need to slow down. That's what they're getting. Again, this may not be true to who you are or to your life, but this is the energy that people are maybe picking up on based off of, the gaze and the overall energy and aura that your eyes carry. But I do feel like for this group, you may have some very sexy eyes. I'm going to be honest. I do feel like you have some very seductive, sultry eyes, and I feel like your eyes could, potentially win over just about, any guy or, any man or woman that you set your sights on. I feel like your eyes alone could melt them, and you could have your pick. Okay, so I will leave it at that. But I will go ahead and close this out. And if it resonated, please feel free to like and subscribe. You can let me know in the comments if you choose. And if interested, you can return to the channel. There are the topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you for clicking on the video today. Welcome to your reading pile 2 regarding what do others see when they look into your eyes. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. I'm going to identify the 5 cards that have come out, and then we will go ahead and get into your message. So the first card out for you is the Fool card, followed by the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, followed by the Strength card. And then the final card out is the Wheel of Fortune. Bottom of the deck energy is the Six of Cups. So a number of energies coming through really quickly. It does not matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy. The messages should apply no matter what. It's just energy. Now, for this group, there are a number of different um, emotions or feelings or energy that your eyes give out. We're going to go into each one. I do feel like your eyes kind of denote that you're very confident. There's a confidence in your eyes. How you feel, you may not feel like you're the most confident, but this is what others see. Your eyes give a confidence. It very much gives the energy of somebody who is very abundant, very patient. There's kind of an easygoing energy about your eyes. With the Fool card coming out, this is the energy of kind of being free flowing, being calm, being at peace, not really having a care in the world. And with it coming out with the Queen of Pentacles is well taken care of. She's financially abundant. She has, she's enjoying the finer things in life. She's able to take care of herself and others around her. So people may feel like you are well taken care of, like you have a lot of resources. It could be maybe the way you dress and the energy you carry, coupled with your gaze, with your eyes. However, your eyes are kind of giving the energy of somebody who doesn't have a care in the world. There's a calmness about your gaze. There's a warmth in your eyes, a patience, somebody who kind of denotes compassion. There's a pure and almost innocence about your eyes, because we have the Fool card out here that denotes that, and we also have the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Also, harmony. Your eyes are very much inviting. You could have very feminine eyes, very sensual eyes. You could have, very warm, kind of nurturing eyes. You give the energy of someone who maybe is like a nurturing mother or father type. And the Queen of Pentacles is oftentimes a working parent. So this people may assume by looking in your eyes that maybe you are a parent, and maybe that's why your eyes are so warm and nurturing and provides this energy of safeness and kind of compassionate energy, because maybe you are a parent. If not, then maybe others may assume that you would be a great parent, because just by looking in your eyes alone, there's a safety energy there. There's an energy of somebody who has no ill intentions. There's definitely the energy of somebody who is very responsible, somebody who looks out for other people, somebody who's very kind and generous. I don't know, it's a loving energy here. Even with the strength card, this is a card of patience. It's a card of having control over one's emotions and also being able to have influence over other people. So I feel like with your eyes, you could maybe people feel like, for example, if you were to ask people to do something, people may not necessarily be combative or will more than likely be more willing to honor your wishes or believe rather what you say simply because your eyes give a trustworthy type of energy, like you can be trusted, like you are honest, you're noble, you're righteous. And the Queen of Pentacles is a trustworthy energy. It is an honorable energy. The Strength card is an honorable energy. We have the Wheel of Fortune out here, so maybe some people feel like they've met you by fate or destiny. So for example, you may have some people who've had a rough day and they're kind of feeling down and out and like things are all over the place, things can't go right. And then they meet you and your energy. And then, of course, your eyes, just maybe one quick glance in your eyes, it gives like this reassurance. Maybe you give this reassuring look, or your eyes provide this reassurance to them, that everything is fine. Your eyes may calm people down. It again, people feel safe within your energy. There's a safety here. And then you have the Two of Pentacles, which is about balance, also the energy of going with the flow. So again, with the balance card coming out between the Queen of Pentacles and Strength card, even though your energy is warm and calm and very feminine and demure, with the Strength card, there is more than likely a determined energy in your eyes. There could be a little bit of a intensity in your eyes, but it's a calm intensity. Because mind you, the Queen of Pentacles is a determined energy. This is somebody who is determined to succeed and to, be very independent. So your eyes, they do provide an energy of somebody who is independent, as I stated earlier, somebody who's probably well taken care of, or somebody who takes care of themselves and, does a very good job and does a very good job of taking care of others. But also with the Strength card, there could be a bit of, as I stated, a bit of a little passion there, but it's not overwhelming. It may suggest that even though you are this kind of loving, pure nature energy, that if you're pushed, you could kind of there's maybe a power intensity in you that could come out. Right. So it's kind of giving that maybe your eyes suggest that you are kind, but your kindness cannot and will not be taken as weakness, because then that strength energy comes out. And so there's a beautiful balance with that Two of Pentacles coming out in between those two cards. With the Six of Cups, you could maybe make people feel, as I stated earlier, this fatherly, motherly energy that your eyes denote. It kind of maybe brings people back to their own inner child, where they, feel very safe in your arms. They feel like they're in the comfort of somebody who will love, nurture, and protect them and take care of them. But I love this energy. It is very much a feminine energy, but also there's a nice balance of masculine energy here with this Strength card, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Fool card coming out. I do feel like maybe you there's something about your eyes that may catch people off guard. And again, it could be that reassurance, or that very warm, inviting, comforting energy that feels like a warm hug. I don't feel like people are anticipating that, especially if they're having a bad day. All of a sudden you come in and they look into your eyes, or they're in your energy field, and all of a sudden there's a calmness or a peace that comes over them. When people look into your eyes, they feel and see a peace, a harmony, a calmness. There's, confidence there. There could even be an element of sensuality, that goes along with that Strength card of passion and intensity in your eyes. I feel like you have very, beautiful eyes. Even if you don't see it, I feel like other people see it. There's a beauty there. There's an energy of just trusting life, and having this kind of, it's not naive, but it's more of this youthful energy of just allowing and letting go. A person that is very much at peace and at ease within themselves. And because they're so at peace and at ease and balanced within themselves, their look and the energy, because our eyes are the windows to the soul. So because your soul may be in this energy, people are able to see that energy in your eyes, and it then provides a sense of calm and ease and balance in others, of reassurance. So for this group, yeah, your eyes are so, oh, I love this energy. They're so, again, it's like a warm hug, very much a warm hug. Like there's a supportiveness there. People denote that you're somebody who's very supportive. Like maybe you give the energy of somebody that's a great friend, a great provider, a great support system for others. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and leave yours there. Of course, if it resonated, please feel free to like and subscribe. If interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you for clicking on this video today. Welcome to your reading pile 3 regarding what do others see when they look into your eyes. So I've already pre-shuffled and pulled 5 cards. I'm going to identify the 5 cards that came out, and then we'll get into your message. So the first card out is the Moon, followed by the Ten of Swords. And then we have the Two of Swords, followed by the Seven of Wands. And then the final card out is the Nine of Swords. Bottom of the deck energy is the Eight of Cups. So for this group, really quickly, it doesn't matter if you're male or female, masculine or feminine energy. The messages should apply no matter what, since it's just energy. But with this group, there's your eyes may more than likely come across very intense. I feel like for this group, there's something of a fiery essence to your eyes. There's a energy of kind of defensiveness. Maybe there's like this, basically your eyes suggest to others to not maybe come near you or to not cross you. But definitely kind of, I'm getting like a warning energy here, like your eyes send a signal to people to kind of stay at a distance, or again, it could just suggest that you're very closed off. So your eyes may be very aloof or stoic, where you don't necessarily show a lot of emotions. And maybe this is perhaps, that energy of detachment could signal an energy of being maybe a little bit cold or a little bit standoffish. But I feel like people are presuming that this has to do with you having an energy of being hurt, because we do have the energy here of the Ten of Swords, and this is about painful endings, things we've had to walk away from. Usually it's due to deception, lies, betrayals, abuse of some sort. Also, with the Eight of Cups at the bottom, this is the energy of having to walk away from something as well. So I do feel like for this group, this doesn't have to necessarily apply to who you actually are. But again, this is the energy people get. But with the Seven of Wands coming out, this is the energy of a warrior. This is somebody who has to constantly overcome challenges and obstacles. You may have, a lot of people competing with you or coming up against you, energy of you having to constantly stand your ground, and again, having to be on guard. And I feel like this could be why your eyes denote that, or people are assuming this is why your eyes kind of give this detached kind of energy, because we have the Moon card coming out first. And the Moon card is about illusions, lies, tricks, and deception. It's also about intuition. But in this case, when it's coming out with the Ten of Swords, I guess people get the vibe that you're someone who has no issue with cutting people off or walking away from something very quickly. Something about your eyes to give no nonsense. Because with the Moon card, denoting illusions, tricks, lies, manipulation, um, and then the Ten of Swords being a painful ending, I feel like for this group, that denotes that if somebody crosses you, if somebody, is not in alignment with, righteousness or higher moral compass, that people view you based off of your energy, the energy your eyes give, as somebody that will walk away. With the Eight of Cups at the bottom of walking away, and with the Ten of Swords of ending something. So, and it doesn't matter how painful it is. Yeah, with the Nine of Swords at the end of the read and the Moon at the beginning, and then of course the Eight of Cups at the bottom, there could be a hint of sadness in your eyes for some of you, if not all of you. Again, denoting that you've been hurt. There's some sort of a underlying pain in your eyes that I feel like some people or a lot of people may pick up on. And again, people are associating this with you having been hurt. With the Seven of Wands, you having to constantly be on guard. You having to constantly walk away from people. You having to constantly defend yourself, stand your ground, fight people off, tell people off. And we have the Two of Swords at the center of the read, which is usually an energy of being stuck. It's usually an energy of having fears and doubts about making a decision, due to not wanting to make the wrong one. But when the Seven of Wands follows that energy, this is suggesting that you have no issue with moving forward on a decision when it comes to ending things, because the Two of Swords is between the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Wands. Ten of Swords is painful endings. Seven of Wands is, again, being courageous, fearless, bold, and successfully beating out the competition and overcoming obstacles. So when the Two of Swords is in the center of those two cards, it denotes that people get the vibe, again, that you are not somebody who struggles with being on the fence about walking away. You're not somebody who struggles with being on the fence about defending yourself, about speaking up. It gives the vibe that if somebody pushes you, or if necessary, you could become very volatile, hostile, and aggressive and assertive. You have no issue with doing this. Yeah. Your energy, the Page of Cups tried to pop out, right? When I was shuffling towards the end, but the Nine of Swords ended up coming out. So with the Page of Cups trying to pop out and then the Eight of Cups at the bottom, I do feel like for this group, people may feel like you do need or you could use some love, right? Because the Page of Cups is about warmth, it's about love, it's about emotional exchanges. Somebody who maybe offers you a cup of love, or somebody who communicates, love and harmony and peace, and provides you with gifts and things like that. I feel like people may feel like you could use that, or perhaps that you've not experienced a whole lot of Page of Cups energy. If anything, you've more so experienced this Eight of Cups energy of having to walk away from emotional situations that have hurt you emotionally and mentally, and maybe even a little bit physically with the Seven of Wands. For some of you, with this Nine of Swords and the Moon card, maybe for some of you, you look a little bit exhausted or tired, like you're tired of being tired. It doesn't necessarily have to mean physically tired. But it could just mean like you're tired of trials and tribulations, like you're just exhausted with life. Yeah, especially with the Seven of Wands coming out before the Nine of Swords, because Nine of Swords is fear, anxiety, and it's usually also the energy of, not sleeping well, and, kind of just being up at night or having a lot of worries and stress. And with the Seven of Wands, as I stated, coming out before that, the Seven of Wands is having to constantly use your energy, because Wands is energy, it's fiery energy, having to constantly use your physical energy and your energy overall to protect yourself and to create boundaries and to enforce those boundaries. And when the Nine of Swords comes out, it's like you're tired of having to do that. So maybe that's why your eyes kind of send a signal for people to stay at a distance, because you don't want to maybe open yourself up to others, because there's a concern about being hurt or having more Ten of Swords endings, or being tricked and lied to or deceived with the Moon card, or having people compete with you, or try to control you, or tear you down with the Seven of Wands. So yeah, your eyes give that you're very protective over your energy. You don't let people get close, or you're very cautious about who you do allow to get close. And people can tell you're very no nonsense, whether this is true or not. This is what your eyes suggest about you. You play no games. You are a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, a very strong, powerful, confident energy here. But it's giving that you've had to be that way. Like you've built this determination in your eyes, this confidence, this assertiveness, this strong boundary type of energy, by having to overcome a lot of difficulties with people. For some of you, you could have even maybe for a small few of you, this may not resonate with all of you, but for a small few of you, you could have your eyes could denote that maybe you're sick or ill, or that you've experienced some sort of sickness or illness, or maybe you're going through this right now, because the Ten of Swords could denote like diseases, and then the Nine of Swords is usually something where your physical health is usually affected, not just your mental and emotional. But with this group, I'm feeling like it's mostly mental and emotional um, energy that has been kind of compromised here with you. And people can see this. And when people look into our eyes and they get a certain energy, a lot of times it leads them to their own conclusions about why that energy is there. So, again, if your eyes are given guarded, defensive, warning signs, boundaries, people could be assuming these things about you based off of that, right? And this could be because this is how they are, how they see things, or their experience with life or others, or this could just be because maybe some of these people are very intuitive. Or again, it could also be other things other than just your eyes. It could be more than the intensity that your eyes kind of project. It could also be your stance, like your entire aura, the way you walk, the way you stand, the way you dress, the way you speak. There's something about you that's very stern, stoic, and serious. You, like, again, like you are not to be crossed. Yeah, it just seems like you've been through a lot. Even if you haven't, I know we've all been through stuff, but even if you haven't been through anything, again, this is just what your eyes suggest. Like you've been through it. Like you're tired of being tired. You're tired of struggles. You're tired of trials. You're tired of stress. You're tired of worry. You're tired of people disappointing you in connections. And so now you're at a point where you just don't want to deal with anyone. And so even if you're very like attractive, for example, or even if like you're very magnetic and sexy, because usually with the Seven of Wands, you probably exert a very powerful, authoritative energy, and your eyes are suggesting that you're very powerful and authoritative, you could emit a level of sex appeal. But if people are attracted to you, they may be too intimidated to come towards you out of fear of being, again, cut down to size verbally, or by being rejected, or, told off. I mean, it's, again, your energy is very intense. And I like intensity, but for this group, I feel like it's not because this is just you being this way, because this is naturally who you are. It suggests that life and people have kind of, or experiences with people have turned you into this energy. And our eyes are the window to the soul, and our eyes project out oftentimes what is going on within. But in your case, I feel like it's more of, for your eyes, it's more of projecting out a distance, right? A detachment. Your eyes set the boundaries for you without you even having to speak. So you could have, again, your eyes could be very, very, they could give like a passionate energy, or like a very strong-willed, determined energy, but extremely intense. I feel like for this group, your eyes could be very sexy. I think like intense eyes are typically very sexy. But I do feel like maybe people could be intimidated by your look, and maybe some people may struggle to even hold eye contact with you. Yeah. But I'm going to leave your reading there. And of course, if it resonated, please feel free to like and subscribe. And of course, if interested, you can return to the channel. There are other topics, videos, and readings there as well. But other than that, thank you for clicking on this video today.